Monaco 64, home of alternative economics and contrarian views. So it's Sunday, April 2nd, 2023, and this is just a quick video to talk about Russia a little bit. You've all probably seen the headlines from the mainstream media in the last year that the Russian economy is about to collapse. I mean, I've seen loads of them, especially in the Daily Telegraph. I've seen some YouTubers focus on the Russian economic collapse. Even the Guardian the other day said, we're going back to a USSR, long queues return for Russian shoppers as sanctions bite. So I was invited about a month ago to go out for lunch with some friends. There's one friend of mine that organizes a lunch at a club, private club that he's a member of, every 3 months or so. And I had the pleasure of sitting next to, I'm going to call him John. He's an expat living in Moscow. And the first thing I asked him was, how did you get to London? Well, he said, well, I just went through Turkey or Dubai. That's how you do it. You can't fly directly anymore. And we spoke. I spoke about this fact that we're seeing a lot of things about the Russian economy collapse, and the Russian economy has stayed relatively robust since the war in the Ukraine started back in February 2022. Yeah, the Russians call it a special military operation, but that's not my point of this short video. So he's gone back, of course, to Moscow, and we stayed in touch. This is the first time I met him. Really nice chap. He actually worked in the city back in the well, even during the great financial crisis, and he's away from that kind of business now, just like I'm not in the city anymore. And he's recently gotten in touch with me, and he sent a 3.5 minute, I think, clip, and you're gonna see this clip of him in a suburban supermarket in Moscow. And I think it was, well, I think it was yesterday or the day before. So you will see how the Russian economy is collapsing, and there are huge queues, right, and shortages. And before I play the clip, I just wanted to read a little bit our emails that we corresponded with today. I said this was very interesting and impressive. Here we've been told the lie that Russian economy will collapse any minute. Thanks for making the video. And then he replied, this was from a mid-tier supermarket chain, all shelves full, all fruit and vegetables available. People ask what it's like without Coke and McDonald's. And the answer being theoretically a lot healthier, the reality is it's all there. The supply lines are unchanged. The same guys that supplied the buns, burger patties, packaging for McDonald's now supply the new company, which is in the exact same location, same staff, same equipment, only the branding has changed. Same with Coke. Exact same formula products still being sold, produced by the same bottlers, factories, under the same senior management, just with different branding. Comically small the changes here. And I sent him the link to that Guardian story about shortages and lines forming or queues. He said, I have lost count of how many stories I have read saying something along the lines, Western companies employing in excess of 1 million Russians have pulled out of Russia, and that will cause economic ruin. So this is what he says. In reality, they didn't shut down anything. They sold their businesses whole as going concern, usually to their own local senior management who know everything about the businesses, for a pittance. and the businesses continue to operate as normal with the same employees, same locations, same supply chains. Literally, only the owners and branding has changed. So there's no negative impact to the Russian economy, no people becoming unemployed, no reduction to GDP as a result, no change in supply or demand. In fact, the biggest result of these Western companies exiting and selling their operations for a song is a massive transfer of wealth, IP, intellectual property, brand value from Western business to Russian business, who have bought that intellectual property, goodwill, for pittance. The biggest losers, when you actually look at what has happened in reality, are the Western businesses that pulled out. Of course, nobody wants to hear that, but it's the reality. So there you go. Now I'm gonna play the clip he sent me from the supermarket in suburban Moscow. And with that as well, I'm gonna wish you a very good rest of this weekend. And I'll talk to you later we're gonna have a live stream still tonight at 9 p.m. London time.
Okay, so we're in a suburban shopping center in Moscow, and we're just going to see what's here. Eggs, 90 rubles for 10, that's about £1 for 10 eggs. Yogurts and all that stuff.
Товары для дома и продукты к столу.
Bread section. Cakes. And they say Western brands aren't in Russia anymore. Right. Wine from France, Spain, Italy, United States, Australia.
There is some Coca-Cola left, but in general the bottling plants were all sold to local companies who make literally identical product, just under different brand names. Fanta has become fancy. KFC is still around. McDonald's was sold to a local company who basically make exactly the same product with different names. So here's a Big Mac meal deal that I got for 285 rubles, which is less than £3.